Do you know how to price your online course? Are you concerned about underpricing or overpricing? Price too high, nobody will buy it. Price too low, you're missing out on lots of potential income. Don't worry, I've got the answer for you. Stay with me and I'll take you through the process. You'll know exactly how to price your online course and feel confident in selling it at that price. One of the biggest hurdles that especially new course creators come up against is deciding how to price their course. It's something that new course creators can procrastinate about for days, weeks, months, or even a year or two. Just not taking that step because they're too worried that they're either going to underprice their course and undersell themselves or overprice it so nobody will buy their course. For you, it doesn't have to be like that. I'll show you why. I'll help you get clarity on the type of course you want to create and help you understand how that will affect the pricing of your online course. You really want to avoid getting bogged down by pricing. It holds up so many people from creating, launching and selling their online course and getting a profitable business. Just go through the process I'll help you with. Price your course and then we can try it out and adjust it later. You want to be able to research your competition so you can get a guide for what they're offering, how it matches what you're offering, how much they're charging. This will help you get guidance on the right price level. Look at their experience as well. The more experience they've got, the more courses they've sold, the more trust they've built with their audience, the more they can charge. Don't worry, this will be you very shortly. You also want to think about whether it's appropriate to offer payment plans. If you've got a low entry level product, then it's probably not. If you've got a signature course that might cost a couple of $1,000s or pounds, then a lot of people won't be able to afford that in one hit. But if you are offering them a payment plan, it'll be a lot easier for people to get on board and pay for it over 3 months, 6 months, 12 months. When you're pricing your course, it's really important that you feel that it's a fair price. By that I mean it's a win-win for both you and your students. You want to feel that you're giving them great value. Work roughly on the basis that you should be giving them about 10 times the value that they are paying for. If you're giving them a $200 course, the value to them should be at least $2,000. Look at the value as the difference it makes to their lives, the difference it makes to their business, their earning capacity. This makes it a lot less concerning to look at. If you can take somebody through a process that means they can earn another $20,000 in their business, then you shouldn't be concerned about charging $2,000. However, you must be feeling that you're getting what you're worth. Otherwise, you won't be motivated to give the best you possibly can to your students. So if you want to have a good pricing model that's going to help you have a sustainable business, don't think about what you want to charge people. When you're pricing, think about what is the value to those people. What is the value to your students? And then divide that value by 10 and see if that comes out at a price that you feel is fair value, that you're giving good value for money, and that you feel you're being paid what you're worth. You'll also want to feel confident that your pricing is right for the size of the market and the niche that you're in. So if you're selling a small course to a lot of people, a big market, that's not a very, very niche down segment, then you probably want to be pricing it low and you'll sell a lot at a low price. If you're selling something much more specific with a much smaller audience, that's going to get that audience bigger results, so it might be a bigger course, that's what you call a signature course, then you'll want to be charging more for it. We normally break down courses into 3 levels. At the top is the signature course. At the bottom is an introductory course, and in the middle is what's known as a spotlight course. A signature course is one that covers a whole topic in depth. It generally provides the most learning and the biggest transformation of all these types of courses. For example, my Create, Launch and Sell course is a signature course. It takes people right from starting to create a course all the way through to launching and selling, and goes into great detail about how to do every individual part. So that's a signature course. At the bottom, we've got the entry-level courses or the introductory courses. This is where most people should start when they're creating their first course. It's a good way of testing the water. It's also the least risky way of getting into online course creation. It's easier initially, before you have a really highly engaged audience, to sell small ticket items to a larger number of people than high ticket items to a small number of people. If you understand one or more very specific points that are holding up or troubling your ICA, your ideal customer avatar, then you can help them pass that pain point, get over that hurdle. And this you can do with an introductory course. In the middle is the Spotlight course. These are courses that go into great detail in the same way that a signature course does, but they stick to one very specific subject. So for example, within Create, Launch and Sell, one of the elements is email marketing and how to create email sequences and this sort of thing. So for example, a Spotlight course could focus on email marketing and go into great depth about how to do it, with templates supplied, tips and tricks based upon your experience, how to improve delivery rates, how to segment your audience, all these sort of things. That's a Spotlight course, one subject, great detail. All these types of courses need to be priced differently. The Spotlight course is in the middle. So typically a Spotlight course will be between $200 and $1,000. An introductory course will be anywhere from probably $17 up to $99 or $150, whereas a signature course probably goes from about $800 minimum all the way up to, I have seen them selling at $10,000, but generally between $800 and $2,000 to $3,000. Now, one thing to bear in mind is what I call the power of sevens. And this is about ending your price in a 7. And there's conflicting evidence about whether it works or not. There was some research done decades and decades ago on a very small sample that said that it works. Yet there's been little empirical evidence since that it really does work. However, don't be concerned. It's probably best to end your pricing in either a 7 or a 9, but don't procrastinate about it. Just make it what you're comfortable with. Nobody's going to buy at $997 but not buy at $999. It's not going to make a difference. If you're still really concerned about your price, make sure it's within the levels that I've just given you for the type of course that it is. If you're still not sure, price your course a bit lower. You can always raise the price later. It's better to sell more at a lower price and build your confidence than to have the price too high and not sell any. At least if you're selling at a low price and you're giving good value, you'll get some testimonials. This will help you raise your price by proving the value in your course. You'll get great feedback, and this will enable you to revise and upgrade your course to improve it and give even greater value. Another reason for raising the price later. So now's the time. Make a decision. Decide on a price and stick with it. Don't be worried about it. Launch it. Launch your course and see what happens. What's the worst that can happen? You have to relaunch it at a different price. It's not the end of the world. The worst thing is that you procrastinate about it, can't decide on a price, and you never launch it. So get your course launched. Remember, as long as you don't go to extremes, there's no right or wrong price. Now at the beginning I spoke about researching your competition, and this is something you really must do before you set your price. Remember that none of us are the first to create a course on any subject, however much we'd like to think we are. There's always going to be somebody out there who's done it before you, but it won't be the same as your course. It might be the same subject. The one thing that makes your course different from everybody else's, the one thing that makes it unique, is you. So look at the competition. Go on Google and search for people who are offering courses on the same or similar subjects. And here's some things to look at that will really help you. So for each of the courses as you find them, make some notes on them. Look at what transformation are they offering to their students. How comprehensive is the course that they're offering? How much are they charging for their course? And what's included in the course? Is it just course videos, or is it just course handouts or written elements, text, printouts? Does it include Zoom sessions, group sessions, one-on-one sessions, Facebook Lives? Does it include a Facebook group or a community of some kind? How much experience does the course creator have in delivering high quality, valuable courses? How much exposure and authority does the course creator have? And lastly, look at how big and loyal their audience is. There are some course creators who have such big loyal audiences that their audience will buy almost anything that they churn out. That's not a very sustainable business model, but it is the case. Once you've done this, you'll be able to compare what you're offering to them and their prices. It'll also give you some ideas for other things that you might want to include that will give even more value, which will enable you to increase your price either now or later on. Of course, initially you'll probably just be offering one product, but later on you might be offering 2 or 3 or more products, and you might be upselling from one product to another. So you might offer your core course at a certain price, and then when people go to check out, you offer them an add-on, an upgrade, a premium offer, a VIP offer. So it might be, buy my course at this amount, and then when they check out, would you like to come on some small group coaching sessions additionally for a higher price? And then you can even offer them one-on-one sessions at a premium price. So by now, you should be able to select a course price that you're comfortable with. And you should be able to decide on whether it's appropriate at this time to offer payment plans or not. If you've got any questions, just leave them in the comments and I'll try and get back and answer them as best I can. Now, do you have a name for your course that you're comfortable with? If not, take a look at my video on how to decide on the right course subject. I'll see you in the next video.